What happens when someone stands quietly in the background, when recognition isn't needed to feel worthy, and the spotlight is avoided, even when it's available? This is the psychology of people who don't chase attention. Some people naturally stay in the background. They don't seek the spotlight or crave being noticed. These individuals feel comfortable being invisible in crowds. They prefer meaningful actions over loud gestures. This isn't about shyness or fear. It's a genuine preference for peace and simplicity. They find strength in silence and value depth over display. Understanding these people requires looking beyond surface behaviors. Their quiet nature isn't weakness, it's a choice. They operate differently in a world that often rewards noise. Their presence is felt through consistency, not performance. This psychological pattern reveals much about human diversity and personal contentment. True confidence comes from within for these individuals. They don't need applause to feel worthy. Their self-esteem isn't built on likes, comments, or praise. Instead, they measure success by personal standards. This internal compass guides their decisions and actions. They know their value without constant reminders from others. When they accomplish something, the satisfaction is private and complete. External validation feels empty to them. They've learned that chasing approval creates endless hunger. By anchoring confidence internally, they achieve stability. This doesn't mean they reject all feedback. They simply don't depend on it for self-worth. Their emotional foundation remains steady, regardless of outside opinions. Certain personality traits naturally discourage attention-seeking. Introversion plays a major role. These people recharge alone, not through social interaction. Humility keeps them grounded, preventing ego inflation. They genuinely believe they're not more important than others. Self-reliance means they solve problems independently, without broadcasting struggles. These individuals trust their own judgment and abilities. They don't need group consensus to feel confident. Contentment comes from within, not from external sources. They possess quiet strength that doesn't require demonstration. These traits combine to create someone comfortable in obscurity. They're complete without an audience. Their personality naturally resists the modern pressure to constantly share and showcase life. Early experiences significantly influence attention-seeking behaviors. Children raised with unconditional love feel secure without performing. Parents who valued character over achievements teach internal worth. Families that discouraged boasting or showing off instill humility. Some grew up in environments where privacy was respected and valued. Others learned early that attention often brings unwanted scrutiny. Childhood lessons about substance over style stick throughout life. Being praised for effort rather than results creates healthier motivation. Witnessing negative consequences of attention-seeking in others teaches valuable lessons. Stable, supportive upbringings reduce the need for external validation. These early foundations create adults comfortable without spotlight. The roots of this psychology often trace back to formative years. In social settings, these people prefer watching to performing. They're content being the audience, not the star. Conversations interest them more when they're listening than talking. They ask questions rather than dominating discussions. Group activities don't require their center stage participation. They contribute meaningfully without seeking credit. Their social energy goes toward connection, not impression. They notice details others miss while performing. Observation provides valuable insights that performing doesn't. They feel no compulsion to prove themselves constantly. Silence feels comfortable, not awkward. Their presence adds value through attention and support. They understand that not every moment needs their voice. This behavioral pattern creates depth in relationships and experiences. Emotional stability doesn't depend on others' reactions. These individuals experience genuine happiness without external validation. Their mood doesn't swing based on compliments or criticism. They've developed internal emotional regulation. Achievements bring personal satisfaction, regardless of recognition. Failures hurt, but don't devastate their self-image. They process emotions privately and thoroughly. Approval from others feels nice, but isn't necessary. Disapproval stings less because their worth isn't determined externally. This emotional independence creates remarkable stability. They don't ride the roller coaster of public opinion. Their inner world remains balanced through external chaos. This psychological equilibrium is rare and valuable. It protects mental health and sustains long-term well-being remarkably effectively. Relationships with attention avoiders require understanding. Others sometimes mistake their quietness for disinterest or aloofness. Partners may feel confused by their lack of social media presence. Friends might misinterpret their preference for small gatherings. However, those who understand appreciate their authenticity deeply. These individuals show love through consistent actions, not grand gestures. They remember small details and provide reliable support. Their relationships tend toward quality over quantity. They need partners who respect their need for privacy. Misunderstandings happen when others expect typical attention-seeking behaviors. Communication helps bridge these gaps. Once understood, they make incredibly loyal friends and partners. Their relationships are built on substance, trust, and mutual respect. Their motivation comes from personal goals, not external recognition. They set standards based on values, not others' expectations. Success means achieving what matters to them privately. They work hard without posting every step online. Accomplishments bring quiet pride, not public celebration. This internal drive often produces consistent, impressive results. Without distraction from seeking validation, they focus intensely. Their goals align with authentic desires, not social pressure. They measure progress personally rather than competitively. This creates sustainable motivation that doesn't burn out. They don't need cheerleaders to keep going. The work itself provides satisfaction. Their achievements often surprise others who didn't see the process. Internal motivation proves more reliable than external validation. Over time, avoiding attention-seeking brings significant benefits. These individuals experience greater peace of mind. Without constantly managing their image, mental energy stays available. Focus deepens when not distracted by validation seeking. They achieve goals more consistently through sustained effort. Emotional stability strengthens as self-worth solidifies internally. Relationships deepen based on authenticity rather than performance. Stress decreases without pressure to impress constantly. Life satisfaction comes from alignment with values. They avoid the exhaustion of maintaining public personas. Comparison with others rarely troubles them. Their path unfolds according to internal compass. Long-term well-being surpasses those constantly chasing recognition. The psychological benefits compound year after year remarkably powerfully. Authentic living defines their existence. They make choices based on genuine preferences, not trends. Their life reflects true values rather than societal expectations. Without performing for audiences, they explore interests freely. Hobbies and passions develop without needing to share them. They pursue growth privately and purposefully. Success looks different, defined personally, not publicly. They create meaningful impact without seeking credit. Their legacy builds through consistent character and quiet contribution. Happiness comes from alignment between inner and outer life. They've discovered that the spotlight often distorts rather than reveals. Thriving happens in the spaces between public performance. Their authentic existence inspires others quietly. They prove that fulfillment doesn't require attention, just intention and integrity.